You're telling me that I basically call out Diddy and I didn't even have to get the files. Basically, I didn't even have to get anybody on Diddy's list, right? Because Epstein is not where it ends. This is going to keep going on, dude. This is going to keep going on. Epstein is never going to end. This is going to go down in history forever. They can never teach it in school, but the memes and everything else, and especially any kind of information, it's going to go on and on and on. And then once they find out the amount of stuff that Diddy has to, like, there's a reason why they just had to put him in jail. Like, you already knew that he was basically, like, he was guilty for everything else, right? But you knew that if they wouldn't have put him in jail, most people, they would have been like, oh, well, he's not even in jail. He's basically pulling an Epstein. So, and, like, it's kind of funny because Donald Trump is in the middle of all this. And, like, Epstein is non-white. So it's like, you know, Donald Trump is white. But I didn't even have to get the files on this man, dude. I literally used Google. I used Gemini. And I was like, hey, Gemini, is Sean Diddy Combs part of the Boule? And then Gemini's like, so it's there's no public record, blah, 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 this and that. And then I'm like, all right, so Gemini, how did Diddy get away with what he got away with if he has some kind of connection to a secret society or something like the Boule? Which basically the Boule is like a secret society, but it's mainly for African Americans to non-African Americans, right? And for Muslims too. That's like what it's emphasized on, right? And then surely enough, Gemini was just like, you know what, bro? This guy's going to be insistent. I'm going to just tell him the truth. Gemini literally said it. Yeah, he's part of the Boule. Nigga, I can't even hide the truth anymore. I'm like, ah! I'm like, dude. Ain't that fucking crazy? So basically, this man didn't get away with it because of his race. He didn't get away with it because he had accomplices with him. Also, get it? Tesla or like X. I still can't believe. I think it would be more interesting if basically Elon Musk didn't even create X. It was just Diddy the entire time, and Diddy was like, I know if I come out with this shit with all the stuff that's on my plate, all the history and all the receipts and shit, fuck it, I'm gonna just give it to this guy, and I'll be shareholder, right? I don't know anything beyond basically that. Yeah, Diddy basically helped Elon Musk. Not necessarily like create X or Twitter. My bad. Create Twitter, but he gave him a lot of money for it. Money. And I was like, I'm not even really worried about it, man. I just can't believe I had Gemini basically like admit the truth. I was like, I know what people are going to be thinking. They're going to be like, dude, what the hell is the Boule? I'm like, I ain't going to explain that. Like, you could all do your research on your own. In fact, I summarized the Boule, so as far as I'm concerned, I don't have any other work to do. I already put out the Epstein list. Diddy, you're next. I'm like, I already put out the Epstein list. So Diddy, I mean, you got any accomplices? You got any people that could back you up? Dubai, Mexico, hit them up. Especially Dubai, dude. They have way too much money. I don't mean Dubai has a little bit of money, dude. I mean like Dubai has way too much money, dude. But Mexico, dude, I'm like, isn't that so crazy? Most people will be like, bro, your issue is with the non-blacks to blacks. I'm like, actually not really, but at the same time, that Sean Diddy Combs, dude. He got away with a lot of stuff, man. Nobody doesn't let me get away with nothing, dude. Anything that I do, if I do one thing wrong, dude, I could drop a pin the wrong way. Somebody will be like, "Hey, this person is he's terrorizing people. He's dropping a pin on purpose because it's too loud." Seriously, that's the logic behind UCLA. And I'm like, oh, at least it's not USC, but USC is a curious case. UCLA, I could break down easy. I'm like, yeah, you're owned by the Rothschilds, kind of, but not really. But you're also owned by the UK, just like Santa Monica, and that's the reason why you get away with, trafficking in your healthcare system, So I'm like, hey, I already got Rothschilds on my phone, so what's up with El Chapo, nigga? You know what I mean? I'm like, I got the Rothschilds on my phone, so what's up with El Chapo? What does El Chapo want to do, dude? Nobody ever talks about this guy. Everybody's like, dude, he's not even in jail anymore. I'm like, I know he escaped. Sounds like a little somebody. But you try to say it's because I'm Jewish. I'm like, whatever happened to Palestinian? And also, get it? I don't actually, escape from any kind of like justice or anything. I literally had to escape from my life because now girls could basically call up any goons. The goons come up and the goons work with the police, and then like the drugs get in and it just gets complicated from there. Then the paramedics pass by with all the drugs being transported, and nobody really believes you until it's on the news. And Epstein is literally getting away with stuff even now. Listen, man, I don't know if this guy's still alive. People are sure treating all this like he's still alive, dude. Like as if you mentioned his name, dude. And it's funny because I mentioned the Rothschilds, but I'm like, don't worry, dude. I know somebody at UCLA that met him. Oh, yeah. Famous tennis player, dude. Did she actually attend here? But she didn't, man. It's all good. That tennis girl, dude. I should look up that tennis girl on this fucking list right now, dude. Let's just show off Rockefeller. Since I'm over here being a loudmouth. Dude, this has too much information. Look at Tom Barack. Hashtag Rockefeller. Hashtag Shift. Hashtag Nandler. That's like a politician. Hashtag RJM is actually, that's actually a record company. So I don't know why that's coming up exactly. Hashtag Michael Burry or Burry. I don't even know who this guy is. Whatever. No looking up, people, because look at dude at LAPD. Yo, when I said that's how people get trafficked in your healthcare system. You see that Lincoln Park right there? Hey, but did you see that Lincoln Park right there? Did you see that hashtag Lincoln Park right there? UCLA, what do you think about that hashtag Lincoln Park? Hey, UCLA, you want to try to say that somebody has a paranoia or anything? Hey, UCLA, what is this? Why is this right here? I'm not going to make this stuff up either, dude. This is all copy and pasted. Why am I going to make these random hashtags up? Look at, I should have the freaking, man, dude. Watch this. Dude, look at from the very first time it came up. As soon as I mentioned slave labor. Dude, that's crazy as fuck. Man. So basically, you could make money off of homeless people because if you can't use them as a hitman or anything, especially for the prostitutes and everything that like walk around, and especially before they can even like, you know, run away or whatever, before they actually get into the gas station, you can't even see it. Did you see that paramedics behind me? Did you see it or you didn't see it? I already mentioned Rockefeller, dude, so I don't really care, dude. He'll probably just come to the city. Everybody will give him praise just because he has a lot of money.